Hey everyone, it's Wes over at Deepwater Detailing in Hanover. Today I figured I'd do a short little video about a 3-bucket wash, what it is and why you should do a 3-bucket wash, and why it's like the safest option. So, without further ado, let's get into it. So you have your 3 buckets. You have a wheel bucket, a wash bucket, and a rinse bucket. So with the wheel bucket, you're going to have water in it. And then what I do is I actually have these microfiber towels in here. So I have 4 total, 1 for each bucket wheel. And then, of course, you're gonna have your water and soap. Lots of soap, lots of lubrication. Then, you're going to have your 2 wheel buckets. No, your 2 paint buckets. So 1 for wash, which is gonna have your wash mitt, washing soap and water in it, and then you can see in the bottom a grit guard. Grit guards are used for kind of 2 reasons. One is when you take your mitt and put it back in the bucket, you then scrub the mitt against the grit guard, and this is going to knock off any loose dirt or contamination that's on your mitt, and then it's going to drop it into the bottom of the bucket. I'll show you here. So then you have your rinse bucket, and then when you go and put your mitt into the rinse bucket, you scrub mitt onto the grit guard, and that is going to remove the dirt, anything like that, and drop it into the bottom. And then you're gonna go back in here, put it in here, put it on the vehicle, and then you can proceed and wash a panel. Then you put it back in, and then 2, what this does, the grit guards, is make sure that the dirt stays at the bottom, and that when you dump your mitt in either the wash or the rinse bucket, that you're not touching that dirt that's already in the bucket, because it's at the bottom. The grit guard acts as a barrier, so you're not dumping your mitt in and grabbing up that dirt that you just took off. Now, why is a 3-bucket or 2-bucket wash the safest method for most people? Because it's dummy proof in a sense, where you have your wheel bucket, and then you have your wheel bucket in a separate bucket for your paint because you want to avoid cross-contamination. You don't want to use the buckets, even when you clean them out, they can still have particles in them. And if you go and use like the wheel bucket on the paint, with the paint as like a wash bucket, you can have that contamination in there, and then you're gonna put that contamination on the paint. You don't wanna do that, that can damage the paint, and it's just not good. You don't want that. So then with having a wash and rinse bucket, you would then have a bucket with the wash soap, the mitt, and then you have a second bucket for the rinse. This is then when you wash the vehicle, instead of dumping your dirty mitt into that clean wash water, you then dump it into the rinse bucket, which then removes the dirt, and then gets a little bit dirtier in a sense, but all that dirt and stuff is at the bottom because of the grit guard. So then you dump it back into the wash bucket, and then you have a clean, contamination-free mitt.